Hey y'all, hey, it's Cinnamon coming back with another video. And this video is very, very, very dear to my heart. Alright, so y'all know that this is June, so this is Pride Month. So happy Pride to everybody out there. And so many times that people of the Pride community, they have their own stories, their own personal journeys of how they came out, who they came out to, their experiences with coming out to the world that they are, whatever sexuality or identity that they identify with. You don't really hear the background of like the parents and the experiences of what it is to be the parent of someone who is part of the Pride community. So I wanted to do this video just to come out and share my experience with you guys, so maybe it might help somebody along the way. If it does help someone, awesome, fantastic. If it doesn't, then hey. But I know that there are other parents that have gone through or going through or may go through in the future what I've experienced. So that's why I wanted to share this. So if you don't know, I have 3 children. I have a daughter and 2 sons, and they are all grown. Of those 3 children, my daughter is bisexual and my son is gay. So I just kind of wanted to tell you about my experience when they came out to me. Just to give you a background about me, I was raised in the church. I was raised Christian. I was baptized in a Baptist church, and I also attended a Church of God in Christ church. My mom was Baptist, and my dad was Church of God in Christ, my stepdad. I was drilled to the T of that Bible, raised by it, lived by it, and I was always raised that being anything but heterosexual was wrong. And that is ignorant of, as far as I'm concerned. My son was about 10 years old. And you know what, this is the crazy thing, I'm just now thinking about it. My mom, even though she raised us to the T of that Bible and we were raised in church, we became adults, she actually came out to us as bisexual. It's kind of ironic because the whole time that she was married, she wasn't living in her truth because the world would not accept her the way that she was. Because, back then, you didn't share about stuff like that. If you were gay, bisexual, or whatever, you didn't, even if you were heterosexual, you didn't share about what went on in the bedroom. That was just something that was not looked upon as something normal back then. You didn't share those kind of things. So a lot of people were hiding. And my mom literally, man, I had no idea whatsoever that my mom was bisexual. But she came out, it's kind of ironic. It's funny. To me, I can laugh about it now because, man, when I tell you we were drilled into us that was a sin and it's wrong and this and that, and it turns out the whole time my mom was bisexual. My son, he actually, let me just kind of give background when he was born. So when he was little, when he started talking, he had a very, very high-pitched voice. I mean, really high-pitched. You would have thought that was a little girl talking to you. And his dad, his biological dad, used to say, "Stop that. Don't talk like that. Put some bass in your voice. Boys don't talk like that. That's gay, or this is gay, and don't do this and don't do that," And then, even though I didn't like it, I didn't say too much against it because, well, for one, I was ignorant. And for two, back then, it was more like, a man knows how to teach a young man how to be a man, So I never intervened in that area of what he was trying to teach him. Well, when my son was about 10, I actually caught him watching like a porn. It was like a porn. And so I asked him why he was watching it. And he came and told me that he was bisexual at this time. I was like, oh, I went ballistic. I mean, when I say I went off, which was the most ignorant response you could have ever given. But I didn't know any better. And I went off and I told him, how do you know that you are bisexual? You are a virgin. You have to experience that to know that you don't like that, which was dumb as hell to say, very ignorant of me to say to him. Because of this, he kind of closed up to me when it came to speaking on his sexuality. He didn't mention it again. When he became a teenager, me and my other 2 children, my son and my daughter, we were all just sitting around talking, and my son that I'm speaking of was in the shower. He was taking a shower. So we're all just sitting up, chopping it up like we always do. And I don't know why it had been on my heart for a while to communicate and ask them, I wanted to know if he was gay. And I wanted him to know that, you know, if that's the case, we were going to move past it. I was going to love him regardless. You know, it wasn't anything that he couldn't talk to me about and tell me about. But because of my first reaction, I can understand why he didn't want to open up to me again. I literally just stopped the conversation and I was like, hey, let me ask y'all something. And I was like, I want to ask you and I want you to be truthful with me. Y'all going to be truthful with me? They're like, yeah, Mom, we got you. We're going to tell you the truth. So I was like, is your brother gay? And they kind of like looked kind of to the side. They was like, And I was like, what was that for? And they were like, ma'am. And I was like, no, what was that for? Like, why did y'all look to the side knowing y'all trying to, you know, beat around the bush about some stuff? I was like, tell me straight up. So my son goes, well, Mom, I'm just going to be real with you. I'm going to be honest with you. And I was like, all right, that's what I want you to be. And he's like, he's gay. Like, bruh is gay. You know? So I was like, oh, okay, all right. I kind of figured he was. I just wanted to, you know, to hear it. I needed clarification or whatever. And they were shocked. They thought that I was going to go off. Well, by this time, my son that's in the shower comes out. And when he came out, it kind of got, you know, a little quiet in the room. So when it got quiet, you know, he was like, what's going on? Like, why y'all get all quiet when I come in here? And so my other son says, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. We just told Mom you were gay. And he looked and he was like, what? Like, why would you do that? Do you know how this lady reacted the first time? Like, why would you tell her that? You know, she's not ready. Like, you know, why would you do that? He was like, that is not y'all place or whatever. And they were like, well, listen, man, we just felt like she needed to know. She asked us, so we thought she was ready to receive it. And so he kind of looked at me like to know how I was feeling about it. And I told him, I said, listen, I want you to be happy. I want you to be the happiest person. I want you to find who you're going to find, as in who you're going to love. I just want you to be happy. And he was a little confused because I had the reaction that I had the first time. And I explained to him, the only reason why I had the reaction wasn't because I didn't want you to love who you love. I was afraid of society. I was afraid of the world and what they might do to you, because I have seen, and there are people in my family that have gone through this. Like, they ridicule gay people, they attack them, they do hate crimes towards them, they discriminate. Like, and the thing is, he already has things that are stacked up against him as well. He's a black man, and he's a gay black man at that. So the world is already stacking things up against you, and you're going to have these problems just from being just a black man in America. Now you're adding the gay to it as well. I just didn't want my son hurt. That's all. So I've always been an advocate for the pride community, because for a long time, especially when my mom came out to us, I've always been supportive, because I feel like nobody should be discriminated against for anything. If you feel like somebody's doing something that you don't agree with or whatever, it's really none of your business, because it doesn't affect you. If it doesn't affect you in your household, you have no say-so about it. That's just my opinion. But anywho, it ended up actually being a great experience, because he realized that, okay, my mom actually is okay with this. Like, I can be myself. And listen, after he came out to me, and I was so accepting of him the way that he is, he blossomed. He used to be very, very like kind of timid into himself, and he became who he's supposed to be. He was so open, you know what I'm saying? He felt free, you know, because I wasn't holding him back. And he felt like, if my mom can accept me this way, I don't care what the world says. Well, because of my reaction with my son, my daughter wanted to talk to me. This is kind of ironic, because they both came out on the same day. So she goes, well, Mom, you know, I've been meaning to talk to you about something as well. And so I was like, all right, shoot, you know, we talking, so let's get it out. So she kind of like was hesitant. I was like, girl, what is it? And she was like, well, I just wanted to tell you, and it's hard for me to tell you this because I know the expectations you want from your daughter. I've always voiced concerns to her, like, and told her the things that I was excited about being a mom and having a daughter. Wedding day, prom, hair, nails, makeup, you know, the things that girly girls do with their daughters, because I'm a girly girl. And she's like, I know how you feel and everything, but I already started noticing some things about this as well. And the crazy thing is that her dad knew before I did, because he was insinuating to me. He's like, I think Heaven like girls or something, you know, because she act like I could just kind of tell, because she had this friend that they were really close, and I thought it was just her friend. Turns out it was a girlfriend. I was like, nah, she's not, whatever. She started to change. I noticed that she didn't like, because I used to dress her up big time, and she didn't like really dressing up. She didn't like wearing the skirts and dresses and stuff like that anymore. And she was a basketball player. She just started wearing more of the basketball type clothes. But when she wanted to get cute, she still had her tight jeans on and things like that. When she came to me and she was like, well, I just wanted to tell you that I'm bisexual. So I was like, you're bisexual? She's like, yeah. So I said, because I told you I was very ignorant back then, not as educated as I am now. So I said, so that means that you like women and men? And she said, yes, ma'am. And I was like, okay, all right, cool. So she looked and was like, what? Like, I thought you were just going to go ballistic. And I was like, listen, y'all, I just want you to be happy. At the end of the day, I just want you to be happy. And if that's what you choose, like, if that is who you are, that is who you are. And I love you unconditionally. She was so happy. We got to talking about, like, the things that I wanted in a daughter. And she was like, well, Mom, I just want you to let you know you're still going to have those experiences with me. Like, when it comes to doing the nails, she doesn't wear false nails. She gets a manicure and gets a clear coat, which I do her nails. When it comes to her hair, she has the most beautiful hair, and I do her hair. And then it's so funny because she knows that I love makeup and I love to dress her because she looks like a little China doll. I'll like go up to her and I would like, can I get a face? That's how I ask her. I'm like, can I get a face? And what that is that means that I do a full face on her, like, because I love makeup, and I get my pictures, and after I get my pictures, she goes and she washes it off. So so we're both happy. I get what I want, and then she doesn't have to keep it on or anything like that. And then when it came for prom, I knew that she wasn't really into like the dresses and things like that, but I still wanted her to have the glam of prom. So she let me pick everything. Literally, she let me pick it all. She just wanted me to have my moment. And then it's so crazy because it's my moment through her in a way. Like, it's not about me at all. It's about her and how she wanted to be happy, and I wanted to make sure she was comfortable. But she still wanted me to have that moment. So what we decided was she actually had a jumper that was like a sequins jumper, and she had this flowy train behind her. Oh, she was so beautiful. But the thing is, we both got what we wanted. I got my glammed up doll for prom. She got to be comfortable in what she had on and didn't have to worry about like adjusting things and stuff like that. It actually worked out. And it's just something that, works for us. Even for like her wedding, she's just not like one of those people that really are into the fab of things. And she was like, you can do whatever you want for my wedding. I give you that. I told you can have prom in my wedding. And the thing is, it's her wedding. It's not my wedding. So she wants, that's something that you look forward to, going wedding dress shopping with your daughter and things like that. Well, we're going to do just like we did with prom. We're going to come to a compromise to where I'm happy and she's happy too. And I just love that she even is allowing me to have that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of relationship that we have. So many times you hear about people coming out, their stories about coming out to their family and their families acting this way or rejecting them or putting them out. Like, I can't imagine ever putting my children out of my home because of who they choose to love. That will never happen. The thing is, your kids want to feel loved by you. They want to be accepted by you. And it's sad when we as parents don't accept our children the way that they are. And they end up having to go to the streets or they go to outsiders to get the love that we should have been giving them inside the home. And then you wonder why there are so many people who are taking their lives. Because if your mom and dad doesn't support you, then how can you go out there and withstand the world if the people that claim to love you the most don't love you and support you? I just encourage you guys, if you are a parent who is struggling to accept this of your child, you would much rather accept this of your child than to lose your child. Because there are so many people out there who are trying to have children, and God blessed you to have one. And he chose you to be their parent. Like, I am so blessed. And I am so happy that God chose me to be the parent of a child, of an individual who is gay and who is bisexual. Because I can help others cross over and kind of help them deal like I had to, because I understand the things that you want for your child. And I don't think anybody wants their child to be discriminated against, the hate that comes their way. But your children need you. It's important that they know that they have the love and support of their parents. And it's already bad enough that they have to go out and face this world, because the thing is, whether they're gay, bisexual, trans, whatever it is, the thing is they're going to be discriminated against for way more than just their sexuality. So If you can support them through everything else, why you can't support them through this? At the end of the day, it's their life. It's them. It's their choices. It's them who's going to live with whoever they're going to live with. Them who they're going to be the ones loving who they're going to love. And you don't accept them. Why? Because you're embarrassed? You worried about what society thinks? No. It's not right. It's not right. You should be the person that your children look up to. You should be the person that they should be comfortable enough to go to and talk to and have the support and the love that they are so seeking that this world has, because they already got to deal with all this discrimination. And I just wanted to put this video out there so you would have my experience that I've had with my children. And because of me finally being to the point where I was accepting and willing to love them beyond anything else, our relationship is so strong. Not only that, they are free to be who they want to be, free to love who they want to love. And this is the crazy thing. I have always been a supporter of the Pride community, and I wasn't supporting my own kids. Kind of stupid, you know. And the good thing about that, I'm so happy that they are as open as they are with me, because they are teaching me so much. They have already taught me so much. I'm just now learning that there are different flags, and then it's more than just gay, bi, or trans. You know, to know better is to do better. You know, if you have a child that is out there, love them regardless of who they choose to love. And if you are a child that's struggling to tell your parents, tell them. Live in your truth. Don't let people in society put you in a cocoon to where you ended up not living, because we are only promised a certain amount of days on this earth. None of us know when it's our last day. So you ought to be able to be free to love whoever you want to. And in the long run, if your parents end up disowning you and not talking to you because of who you are, then that is their problem. They're going to be the ones missing out on I'm pretty sure an amazing individual, because I'm just going to tell you the truth. I would rather party with the Pride community than some of these straight folks around here. I'm just going to, because one thing they know how to do, they know how to party. They know how to have a good time. And they are just always so positive. Like, I've never had any type of bad experience with anybody that is part of the Pride community. And I am a strong ally for them. So I just encourage you guys to communicate. Talk to your kids. Kids, talk to your parents, regardless of what the fear may be. Because face it head on, because you deserve to live in your truth. Everybody deserves to be happy. You don't deserve to be put into a corner, put into a cocoon. You deserve to be out loud and proud about everything, just like everybody else is. All right. So, I mean, you know, if you got any comments, definitely feel free to comment down. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, share, comment, whatever it is that you guys want to discuss. Because like I said, on this channel, we're going to be discussing it all. You know, it's straight up real on this channel. I'm not giving you no BS or nothing like that. We're going to be all the way real. And you're going to have a variety of different things. So I just encourage you guys, please, 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 if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions or anything else that you want to know beyond this topic. Because I would love to hear it. You know, I would love to hear it, because this is something that we all need to be talking about. This is something we need to communicate about. This is something we should not be ashamed to let the world know. It's okay. The world is changing. And whether or not you're going to come with it or not, you're just going to be left behind. So it's time for people to start accepting things and moving beyond that and just loving people for people. Love them because they're human. Because the way of life that we're trying to encourage and let everybody know is the love should be unconditional, regardless of what race you are, regardless of your gender, your sexuality, whether you have money or don't have money. It should all be operating on love. And you cannot sit here and say that God is love and then discriminate because it's not the type of love that you recognize. All right, guys. So you guys be blessed. And I look forward to talking to you and being very, very active on my channel and just getting to know all you guys. All right. Bye. Smooches.